Hello, this guy edits, where you can watch this guy edit.
Scene A5, take Phantom 1. This is not completely what's on the slate, FYI.
Today I'm going to share my thoughts on how to become a film editor, or more specifically, on how to become what you love. So this topic also applies to directing, shooting, screenwriting, acting, anything that you think you have a passion for.
Action.
As you might know, I'm currently cutting a feature directed by Mark Webber, and I'm now just about to finish the rough cut. Currently it's 95 minutes long. I still have to cut the third act, so there'll be another 10 minutes, and then I'll sit down with the director and we're going to do a polish and cut down. And I thought this is the perfect time to tackle this topic. Editing a feature is very much like running a marathon. It takes time. Here's some tips. Number 1, edit a lot. You probably heard the saying by Malcolm Gladwell that it takes approximately 10,000 hours to become a master at something, and I truly believe that's true for editing. So if you break it down, 10,000 hours, let's say you have it as a job, you cut 8 hours a day, that's 1,250 days. Now let's say you edit 5 days a week, that's 250 weeks. How many weeks are in a year? 52. So it's almost going to take you 5 years to master the craft of editing. 8 hours a day for 5 days a week. Probably you will take time off in between, so it will take you a couple of years longer. To spend that kind of time, you need to be actually really enjoying yourself. I would dare to say that you can't become a master at something that you're not passionate about. I want to share another saying, and this is by Woody Allen, who says 80% of life is showing up. Now we say 80% of success is showing up. I've seen so many people that don't even meet that minimum requirement to just be there. More than anything, if you want to become an editor, you need to edit a lot. Number 2, edit small. Just like a marathon, when you're training, you're not running a full marathon. You start off maybe with a mile, maybe with 2 miles, and you work your way up. So start with something that is 2 minutes long and work your way up to bigger and longer projects. Find a filmmaker on Craigslist, on Mandy.com, who's desperate, happy and grateful that you will take the time to edit their short. Be open to anything, but be choosy within your options. Try to find the project that speaks to you most. Number 3, edit with purpose. It is really important that you cut something that A, has a deadline, and B, has an audience, so that you can learn. Don't just edit something that has no end product. There needs to be a film festival. You should put it up on YouTube or Vimeo and find an audience, because sometimes you get stuck with perfection and you need to overcome that by being forced into shipping something. Steve Jobs says real artists ship. Get it ready, get it out there, find an audience. You get feedback and learn. If you're a filmmaker, you should have a YouTube channel. Build an audience and learn from them. If you put out a short on YouTube and nobody's watching it or sharing it, that's saying something. I'm using a lot of cliches today. I'm going to use another one. If you haven't failed, that means that you haven't tried. So try failing harder. My daughter started a YouTube channel when she was in elementary school, and she's been doing it ever since, almost every day. Now she's about to begin high school. Her skill set is more developed than mine was after I finished film school. Number 4, be different. Being unique is almost more important than being good, because you're not going to be good at the beginning, but you can be unique right from the start. And unique is interesting. It's not just the way that you tell your stories, it's also the way that you find your projects. Don't think there's only one way to get to your goal. I actually got my first job not because I wanted to become a film editor and I applied for filmmaking jobs, but because I was using editing, doing a webcast about an indie film. James Cameron's little brother saw that. I ended up doing a webcast of James Cameron's Titanic expedition, and eventually that led to me becoming an editor on that film. Usually the path that is the most unconventional, yes, less traveled on, is the one that gets you there. Be different. Number 5, be ready for crisis. Usually nobody's going to hire you for a job that is above what you've done in the past, unless there's a crisis. If somebody drops out or somebody drops the ball and you're the next in line. As for me, I was an assistant editor and there were problems on the film because I was already cutting scenes on my own time and I had something to show right at that moment. I was hired on the spot. Be prepared, be open, and be ready for these crisis moments, because that's usually when you start moving up. Number 6, take advantage of typecasting. As soon as you start editing and you get paid, you will get paid for one specific kind of genre. There's very little crossover in the industry. Let's say you've successfully wiggled your way into editing reality shows, and then it's going to be hard for you to cut a feature because you're going to be a reality editor. That's a good problem to have because you get to work on your craft and you get paid doing it. And if you're happy and you like doing it, keep doing it. But if it's just a means to an end, cut narratives on your own time. And you need to find a way that you can force yourself into another genre. And finally, strive to become a storyteller. Good editors are great technicians, but great editors are good storytellers. Don't obsess over software, compression, or resolution, colors, compositions, or music. Rather, obsess over emotion, character, and story. And the people that you work with, the producers, directors, clients, they will pay you above and beyond the set rate if they feel that you have the ability to elevate a story. It's so rare to find a true storyteller who's a great collaborator, a great listener, and a fantastic editor. At some point I can talk more specifically about how to find the good projects, how to get the meeting, how to be good in the meeting, and then how to get the job. With that, I end this segment with one single cut where I ask you to make a single edit. If you're interested to be featured in one of the upcoming episodes, just send me a clip of 10 seconds or less with a single cut. See you next time.